You have reached this point in your life not by chance, not by fate, and certainly not by coincidence. You are here because I have been quietly leading every one of your steps. Even in the moments when you felt lost, confused, or unsure, my hand never left yours. Nothing about this moment is accidental. This very second has been woven into your story long before the foundations of the world were laid. I prepared this moment specifically for you. I sealed these words for a time when your heart would be ready to receive them. I opened this spiritual doorway so I could speak to you without interruption, directly, personally, intimately. I know every battle you fought. I know the tears you cried when no one else was awake to hear your pain. I know the nights you stared at the ceiling wondering how you would make it through another day. I know the heaviness you carried while counting every coin, juggling responsibilities, and trying to hold everything together even when it felt impossible. I witnessed every moment you felt unseen, unheard, or overlooked. And that is why I am speaking now, because you need to know you were never forgotten. Today I am proclaiming over your life a divine financial breakthrough, an economic transformation that is not symbolic, not imaginary, but real and tangible. A blessing that has already been released from heaven and assigned to your name. It is written in the eternal archives, prepared long before you even knew you needed it, and now it is beginning to draw near to you. I did not simply watch you suffer. I transformed your pain into seeds, seeds that are now rising into a harvest of abundance. Every tear was counted. Every whispered prayer was collected. None of it disappeared into the dark. It all became the foundation of the blessing that is on its way. As you listen to these words, the atmosphere around you is shifting. Something inside you knows this is different. This is not your imagination. It is my spirit confirming that this message is true and filled with power. Understand this clearly, this is not just about finances. It is about ushering you into a new season of life. A season of rest where anxiety no longer rules you. A season of trust where you will no longer fear lack. A season where you live not as someone trying to survive but as someone deeply aware of their inheritance in my promises. I did not create you to live weighed down by scarcity. I created you to carry my light, my abundance, and my glory. Mark this day. This is the end of your struggle and the beginning of increase. Nothing about this experience is ordinary. Every word spoken here is a command in the spiritual realm, a key designed to unlock the breakthrough you have been praying for. Do not take this lightly. Do not treat this moment as something common. This is a divine appointment, heaven's promise intersecting your life right now. I have already dispatched the angels who will deliver what you need. I have already stirred the hearts of people who will become carriers of favor for you. I have already shifted circumstances that were blocking your path. Doors you could not open alone are already unlocking from the inside. But now I am looking for your faith. I am asking you to take one step, a simple act of agreement. Comment these words with sincerity and confidence. I receive what heaven has declared for me. This is not just a sentence. This is an act of spiritual alignment, a declaration that signals the unseen realm. When you write it, heaven documents it. When you speak it, angels respond. Your faith moves my hand, and your obedience activates what has already been sent. Do not allow doubt to rob you of this moment. Do not let fear silence you. Speak boldly, for your confidence seals the miracle that is coming your way. As you declare your faith, you will feel the burden of lack beginning to lift. You will sense peace replacing your anxiety. Hope will rise again, quietly at first, then with strength. This moment is divinely appointed. You are not late. You did not miss your chance. You were not overlooked. Everything you thought was delayed was simply preparing you for today. And this day will be remembered as the shift, the turning point, the moment when everything began to change. Take a slow breath. Let your heart settle. And receive the assurance that the financial miracle you've longed for is not years away, it is already in motion. This is the appointed time. This is the season heaven has declared. As you read, listen, and respond, the spiritual realm is already aligning events on your behalf. Nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop what I have set in motion. So respond. Stand in faith. Declare it boldly. I am the one who fulfills every promise spoken. When you believe, you anchor what has already been released. Do not doubt. Do not shrink back. Proclaim your faith and watch what unfolds next. I want you to understand something deeply. I have already secured your victory. What you're waiting for is not something you have to fight for alone. Your part now is simply to remain here, present, attentive, open, until the end. It is not an accident that you found this message. You could have scrolled past. You could have brushed it aside as something ordinary. But something within you stayed, and that decision is not small. That decision is a spiritual key that unlocks what has been waiting for you. Your willingness to remain here tells me something important. Your heart is finally ready to receive what I've prepared. And what I am about to release is far greater than anything you have pictured in your mind. It surpasses your expectations, your calculations, and the limits of your understanding. I am the God who exceeds, the God who multiplies, the God who turns moments into miracles. What once felt a lifetime away is now drawing near at a supernatural speed. The blessing you thought would take years has already begun its journey toward you. It is not being planned, it is already in motion. In the moments ahead, I will open your eyes to see what was hidden, I will expand your understanding to grasp what once felt impossible, and I will place in your hands the very things you could never have obtained through your own strength. This is the divine transition from waiting into receiving. This is where patience becomes fulfillment. So hear me clearly, stay, remain. Do not drift away. Do not let weariness pull you out of position. Do not allow distractions to steal this moment from you. Do not let doubts choke what I am planting inside your spirit. The revelation I'm giving you is like a seed full of life, but every seed needs to be planted completely before it can grow into a harvest. If you walk away halfway, you'll only receive half the blessing. But if you stay until the end, you will witness the full abundance I've prepared. This moment is not random. This time is not ordinary. This is a divine decree being fulfilled in real time, a promise coming alive while you listen. When I say I have sent an economic miracle, it means the blessing is already authorized, written, and released into your timeline. But I need you to stay with me so you can receive the full guidance needed to step into it. Mark this moment with your faith. Share this message, not for views, not for attention, but because by sharing you allow heaven to use you as a vessel. When you pour out, you position yourself to receive even more. What you give will come back multiplied. Do not hold on to a message that came from heaven just for yourself. Distribute it and watch how I multiply favor in your own life as a response. I am the one who speaks, establishes, and brings every decree to pass. When I release a word, it does not return empty. Every declaration carries divine power, power to create, to transform, to open doors that were locked. I do not speak to fill silence. I speak because this is the moment I have chosen to shift your story. When my voice goes forth, heaven moves. Angels are sent to carry out my instructions. And no force, spiritual or earthly, can stop what I have already commissioned. Take this truth into your heart. Your financial miracle is not on the way. It has already been declared from my throne. This is not poetic comfort. This is not symbolic language. This is a signed decree marked with your name. Your need has been acknowledged. Your prayers have been registered. And your answer is already being released. No human resistance, no system, no circumstance can block what I have ordained. What was once scarcity will become overflow. What was once shame will become your testimony. What was once your burden will now become proof of my victory. Even now, while you listen, something invisible is aligning. Resources that felt unreachable are shifting into place. Ideas that were frozen are thawing and coming alive. People you never expected are being moved to help you. Walls that resisted you are now bowing to my command. When I say enough, the struggle ends. When I say change, everything must shift. Do not allow your mind to dismiss this moment. Do not assume this is just another message. I do not send random words. I send targeted, intentional decrees for specific hearts. And this one was designed for you. From the instant you open this message, a spiritual seal was placed over your life. Every second you stay strengthens this covenant between us. This is not entertainment. This is an altar. A sacred place where I am reaffirming my promises to you. You have faced situations where you saw no exit, but now I tell you, that chapter is closing permanently. The season of lack is finished. I am shutting that door with my own hand and leading you into a season of abundance. A season of open doors, provision, and visible triumph. Your story will not be remembered for the struggle you survived, but for the victory you stepped into through my power. I need you to recognize that this is not the beginning of improvement. This is the beginning of transformation. A permanent shift, not a temporary uplift. You are being moved to a spiritual dimension of provision that does not rely on salary, connections, or human systems. You will be sustained by my faithfulness, strengthened by my hand, surrounded by my favor. So do not receive this message silently. Faith requires expression. Your visible response, your comment, your engagement, your acknowledgement, is a declaration that you believe in what you cannot yet see. When you respond in faith, something moves in the heavens. Every act of belief brings the promise closer. I delight in those who not only hear my voice but respond to it. Today you get to choose. Will this be just another moment, or the moment that marks your destiny. Do not remain a silent spectator. Let your response become an altar, a sign that your spirit is ready for what I am releasing. Every action taken in faith is a seed, and I multiply every seed my children plant. Rise within yourself. Take your rightful place. You are not a beggar, you are my child. You are not forsaken, you are remembered. You are not outside my plan, you are woven into the center of it. Now is the moment for you to claim what belongs to you. The decree has already been spoken in the heavens. The miracle has already been released. The answer is not coming, it is already moving toward you, carrying your name, guided by divine hands. What remains is simple: align your heart with faith. Stand firm until the finish. Let your actions speak louder than your doubts. And as you do, remember this: I am nearer to you than your own breath. My presence surrounds you even now, confirming every word that reaches your spirit. Heaven has acknowledged this promise, and soon the earth itself will witness its fulfillment. Right here, in this very moment, something extraordinary is beginning. I know the scars that scarcity carved into your heart. I know the weight you felt while stretching your last coins, hoping they would cover the needs before you. I saw you sitting with bills scattered across your table, your heart sinking under the pressure, wondering how you would make it through another month. I watched the nights when sleep refused to come because your mind was drowning in worry. Even when you hid your fear behind a tired smile, I saw everything. When anxiety pressed against your chest, I was the unseen strength holding you together. When you whispered prayers, unsure if anyone was listening, I heard every word, even the ones you were too weary to speak out loud. I carried every tear you shed, none of them fell without purpose. Each one became a testimony of your perseverance, even when your faith felt fragile. You've lived so long fearing that you might never have enough. You learned to function with a constant sense of lack, stretching, squeezing, surviving. You convinced yourself that abundance was for others but somehow not meant for you. You grew familiar with the idea that you had to handle everything alone, managing with the little you had, unsure how much longer you could keep going. But hear me now, I saw everything and I never stepped away. When you cried silently, I wrapped you in comfort. When worry felt too heavy to bear, I steadied you so you wouldn't collapse. When you felt too tired to keep fighting, my hand strengthened you and pushed you through another day. You didn't always feel me, but I was closer than you realized. Always watching, always sustaining, always preparing something greater. I saw the sacrifices you made. The times you gave up things for yourself so your loved ones wouldn't lack. The moments you felt humiliated explaining why you couldn't give more. The sting you felt comparing yourself to people who seemed to rise while you continued to struggle. You thought you were forgotten. You thought you were stuck. You thought maybe you weren't capable. But I want you to know, none of this was punishment. None of this was abandonment. It was preparation. Scarcity was never your identity. It was never your destiny. It was only a season, a painful one, yes, but a season meant to grow you, strengthen you, sharpen you, and position you. I did not write your story to end in lack. I did not create you to barely survive. I created you to live as my child, to walk in inheritance, to witness my faithfulness in ways you've never imagined. Your season of scarcity felt endless, I know. Your prayers felt unanswered, I know. But today I declare to you with absolute certainty, that chapter is closed. I am the one sealing it. All the tears, all the sacrifices, all the lonely moments of waiting, they have now become seeds that will blossom into increase. You will no longer live under the fear of not enough. You will no longer question your worth or your future. You will no longer carry shame over what you could not achieve. I am reshaping your reality starting from within you. Before I open doors around you, I am opening the door of your heart, so you will know without any doubt that I am your provider. Before I release physical blessings, I am healing your mindset, removing every trace of fear, lack, and insecurity. Listen closely, you were never meant to live with a scarcity mentality. You were not designed to fear tomorrow. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not abandoned. You are seen. You are remembered. You are deeply loved. And because I love you, I declare boldly, the cycle of scarcity ends today. Just as dawn chases away the night, abundance will now break through every corner of your life. Carry this truth with you. Scarcity is not walking with you anymore. It has been dismissed, released, canceled. I am now your source. I am your provision. I am the one who is never late, never limited, and never failing. While you were counting what little you had left, I was preparing the overflow that you're about to step into. While you counted coins, I counted blessings. While you feared running empty, I was filling your future with abundance. Take a deep breath, and let this truth anchor itself in your spirit. The season of scarcity is over. Turn the page. A new chapter has begun. What once seemed barren will bloom like a garden. What once felt like failure will become victory. What once caused you shame will now crown you with honor. For I am the one who changes seasons, and today I have changed yours. I declare the beginning of a new chapter, a chapter where you no longer survive on just enough. A chapter where you no longer watch others prosper from a distance. A chapter overflowing with divine provision and supernatural supply, not temporary relief but continuous increase. This abundance will not make sense to the world. It will not be the result of luck or chance. It will be the undeniable work of my hand, the same hand that multiplied bread, filled jars with oil, brought water from rocks, and fed multitudes with heaven's bread. And now, that same miracle-working power is moving in your life. What little you have will become much. Doors that were locked will swing open. Resources will come from unexpected places. Why? Because the miracle carrying your name has already been dispatched. I know your mind tries to calculate how this could happen. I know your logic tries to explain it away. But what I do does not depend on logic. It depends on faith. It is not your strength that activates the blessing, not your achievements, not your credentials. It is your belief. When you trust me, even when you cannot see the outcome, you give me permission to release what I have already prepared. So now I ask you to take a visible step of faith. Do not hide your belief within your heart. Express it. Declare it boldly. Speak it out without hesitation. I receive the abundance you have already set in motion. And to mark this moment, I give you a prophetic sign. 777, a number of completion, divine fullness, and heavenly confirmation. A symbol of the abundance being released over you. When you write this number, you are proclaiming that scarcity has ended and abundance has begun. Do not dismiss this act. The enemy will whisper that it is meaningless, but before my throne, it is recorded as faith. Every time you respond in belief, angels accelerate. Every time you declare, chains break. Every time you respond in obedience, the heavens stretch wider above you. Every action taken in faith opens another layer of spiritual reality, pulling my promises closer to your life. So right now, make a bold declaration. Write 777 as a prophetic symbol, your public announcement that you receive, accept, and stand in agreement with the abundance already moving toward you. Write it as a covenant between you and heaven. Write it as a seed of faith that carries spiritual weight. When you write, you stir the invisible world. When you declare, doors begin to unlock. When you express your faith outwardly, the atmosphere around you shifts. I do not respond to passive belief. I respond to faith that manifests in action. Faith that shows itself, speaks aloud, and stands boldly. I am multiplying what you once considered insignificant. I am elevating what others overlooked. I am rewriting the financial chapter of your life and starting a new story filled with honor and overflow. You will not be identified by your past scarcity. You will be recognized by your abundance. You will not be remembered for your debts. You will be remembered for testimonies of supernatural provision. You will not carry the label of struggle, but the identity of victory. Today I am lifting you up as living evidence that my power never fails, that my hand never withdraws, and that my faithfulness never abandons those who trust in me. From this moment forward, declare your faith without hesitation. Do not be ashamed of believing. Many will question it, but heaven will recognize it. Some will doubt, but I will confirm. And when the abundance arrives, and it will arrive, you will know it was this simple act of obedience that opened the door. Nothing can block what I have already released. No delay can stop it. No resistance can overturn it. No darkness can cancel the decree I have placed over your life. So today I give you this instruction. Believe, declare, respond. Your faith will become your testimony. Your faith will become a witness in the heavenly courts. Your faith will build the bridge that connects you to the miracle already on its way. Do not stop now. Speak. Believe. This is your moment of activation, your doorway into abundance. This is the point where promises turn into reality. I am the God of multiplication. Nothing you place in my hands remains the same. What the world sees as small becomes immeasurable in my presence. What appears insufficient becomes an endless supply when I breathe upon it. I have performed this miracle throughout generations, and I am performing it again in your life. The little you have protected through tears, prayer, and quiet endurance has now become a seed on my altar, and every seed planted before me multiplies. I multiplied loaves and fish in the wilderness. I filled the widow's jars until she had no containers left to hold the blessing. I sent manna from heaven day after day, until my people knew without question that I am the God who provides more than enough. Everything I touch expands. Everything I bless increases. And now that same power of multiplication rests upon you. I do not want you to simply pay your bills and meet your needs. I want you to step into a flow of abundance that touches every area of your life. Your finances, your peace, your home, your relationships, your dreams. I want you to experience provision so full that it overflows into the lives of others. The multiplication I release today will not stop with you. It will spread to your household, your loved ones, and even people you have yet to encounter. I bless you so that you may become a blessing. I increase you so that you may increase others. Right now, divine connections are being positioned around you. Unexpected people will help you. New opportunities are being set before you. Fresh ideas will rise in your spirit. Ideas carrying answers, solutions, and direction. These breakthroughs are not random. They are pieces of the miracle already unfolding. Every detail has been carefully arranged. Every encounter has been orchestrated. Every opportunity has been placed exactly where you will find it. Do not underestimate the little that remains in your hands. Give it to me. Dedicate it to me. Because I transform the smallest seed into a harvest too great to measure. What looks small now will become a testimony of overwhelming abundance. What feels like a simple beginning will one day be remembered as the foundation of a mighty harvest. But hear me clearly, multiplication requires participation. I want you to partner with what I am doing. Do not hoard what I give you. Do not keep hidden what was meant to be shared. In my kingdom, what is hoarded stagnates. What is given multiplies. The more you release, the more you receive. The more you sow, the more I pour back into your life. This is the law of multiplication I am activating in you right now. That is why I instruct you, share this message. Spread it. Send it. Become a channel of blessing. With every person who receives this word, the anointing expands. And with every act of sharing, you open the door for me to pour even more into your life. Do not fear losing. No one loses by giving in my name. Everything given in faith returns multiplied. This promise has existed since the beginning of time, and I am fulfilling it again through you. Sharing this message is not just an action. It is a prophetic declaration, a spiritual seed, a sign that you believe abundance has already begun. I am the God who multiplies. Listen to my voice today. The era of lack is finished. The season of abundance has begun. Multiplication will become your testimony. What was little will become much. What was fading will be revived. What was stagnant will overflow. This will happen because I have already decided it, signed it, and sent it into your life. I know at times you wonder whether the miracle is truly coming, whether I will keep my word. That is why I am giving you clear signs so you will know without doubt that my hand is moving. The first sign you will feel is peace. A peace that does not make sense. A peace that settles your heart even when circumstances remain the same. You will feel calm in the chaos. You will feel rest where worry once lived. You will feel certainty even when numbers and bills do not add up. This peace is not from the world. It is from me. It is the first confirmation that the miracle has already left heaven and is headed toward your life. The second sign will be an idea, a thought, an inspiration, a spark inside your spirit. Not an ordinary idea, but one that feels heavy with purpose. One that stays with you, one that pulls you forward. This idea will be a key. It will carry strategy. It will help open doors you once believed were permanently closed.